And we welcome you to Allen Trimble Stadium in Jenks for the 84th annual homecoming game. Tonight featuring the number 6 ranked Jenks Trojans, 1-3 on the year after suffering through a 3-game losing streak that they'll try to snap tonight against the team that's ranked higher, the number 5 ranked Norman Tigers, who come in with a record of 4-0 and 1-0 in district play after the Trojans lost their district opener last week at Bixby 21-7. Well, fall is supposed to be in the air, but it's 84 degrees right now, and Dr. Eric Fox to my right, who put the homecoming parade together, is trying to unwind here and cool off. We'll check with Rob Labor here in just a minute as the homecoming festivities are taking place before the game tonight. So we will give you all of the particulars here in a little bit on that. I do see some of the Trojans out on the field, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. I think that's Sam Stone for sure, and Jack McAnally and Luke McAnally. So we'll talk about them a little bit. But let's get to what I like to call, when the Trojans have suffered 3 straight losses, is a therapy session. Because all week on social media, what's wrong with the Trojans? Blah, blah, blah. It's not like it used to be. Coach Riggs has had to turn off his social media, and I don't blame him. And so we'll start with our therapist in resident, Vice Principal, Dr. Eric Fox. I kind of like these therapy sessions because we can talk this stuff out. Look, the Trojans have lost 3 in a row to 3 of the best teams in the state right now, and they've done it different ways each week. Here against Owasso, the defense gave up the lead 3 times. Physically, they felt they got whipped in the second half. Came back, played much better the next week, right, against Union. We had a bad call go against us. Special teams let us down. We missed 2 field goals, dropped a punt that allowed Union to kick 3 points and lost 9-3. And last week, it was the offense that really let us down.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess you could say when we all get clicking together, it could be really, really exciting, right? I mean, here's the deal. We don't have to tell anybody on this coaching staff, you know, what's going on or what this means or what they need to do to get better. I mean, these are guys that know the game and know how to teach the game, and it just hasn't clicked yet. And so they're not going to give up. I mean, you played 1 district game. You don't give up the ghost. You don't give up the season. So I expect them to come out and be better tonight across several positions. I think they've worked to simplify some things and make sure everybody's on the same page. You throw in the homecoming element, that's always an unknown. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of distractions and stuff, but I think that I know these coaches have gone back to the basics and kind of got down to the foundation and simplified some things to help these guys play quicker, more aggressive, not passive, not uncertain, not without confidence, and get a little swagger back. So I hope that we get off to a fast start tonight, and I think we do when we see that momentum. We'll be pleased with the result.
Yeah, you mentioned the fast start, so we go down to Rob Labor on the sidelines. The Trojans notoriously over the years have scored the first time they've touched the ball in a lot of games over the last many years, and that has set them up for a lot of success to jump out in front of teams, put the pressure on the other team, and go ahead. They've only done that once this year. They did it against Santa Fe, but have unable to do that in the previous 3 games. They went 3 and out. They scored a touchdown in their opening drive against Santa Fe, fumbled their opening drive against Owasso, went 3 and out against Union, and last week missed a field goal. So, Rob, to Eric's point, this team does need to get off to a good start. You've had a chance to digest all of this. You've heard all the cat calls over the last few weeks, I'm sure. What's your philosophy on all of this?
Yeah, in my mind, it's one of the keys to the game is a fast start, right? Getting off to a fast start, building the confidence of this offense, or rebuilding the confidence of this offense that is kind of in tatters right now, honestly. We don't want to present excuses for a 1-3 record. We can present some facts. The fact of the matter is they've had one of the toughest schedules in the state of the Oklahoma. They ran through a gauntlet of really good teams, and it didn't go well. The gauntlet got the best of them. The defense has been really good at times. I think there are some inconsistencies there that I'm sure they've addressed this week. But flat out, guys, the offense just hasn't been good enough. And there wasn't one position or one unit on the field last week where you could say, hey, they performed up to their potential. The same thing can be said against Union. So I think playing from the lead, getting a quick start, building the confidence, getting guys like Owen Jones going, Caden Jones going, get that offensive line getting a push early. This team can play with the lead and can play from ahead. From behind, I think it's just very, very difficult. So I think it's a step-up game for everybody. I think it's a get-right game, whatever cliche you want to throw at it. Take a hard look in the mirror, but you're back home. It comes at a good time. And I think all eyes on the offensive side of the ball tonight, guys. That unit just has to be much, much better and much more consistent if this team is going to progress throughout the remainder of this season, which the history tells us that they will. This coaching staff has a really good track record of this team progressing, getting better, improving from week to week. That's what we need to see. We need to see a massive step up tonight.
Well, the Trojans, the last time they lost 3 in a row was 2019, and they rebounded to get to the state championship game against Owasso in that particular season. They're taking on the Norman Tigers, who are 4-0. They beat Norman North, who was ranked 5th in the season opener, 37-27. They won at Santa Fe, 34-14. They beat a very good Piedmont 6A Division II team, who's ranked 6th in the state right now, 41-14 at Piedmont. And then last week, they beat then number 10 Edmond North 30-0. We'll talk more about the Tigers and visit with the head coach of the Jenks Trojans, Keith Riggs. That's next as we continue with the Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma pregame show from Allen Trimble Stadium on the 84th edition of Homecoming. And it's coming up next with Coach Riggs on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Your queen, Benjamin. Aaron is escorted
Yes.
Benjamin and Lindsay Alexander. Aaron has been extremely involved in her whole life. Not only is she in drug-free youth, FCCLA, Statistical, and Kickoff, but now she has been on varsity track for the past 4 years, has won state, and is now team captain. Congratulations, everyone! Congratulations to the entire homecoming court. Trojan Fairs, HVAC or plumbing woes. Innovative Air Pros and Plumbing has you covered. As your home pros, we provide exceptional service and reliable solutions. Contact us today for peace of mind.
Welcome back to Allen Trimble Stadium. Again, 84 degrees and a warm night here at ATS. Temperature should be in the high to probably the mid-70s by the time we are done this evening as we get set for the Trojans ranked 6th to take on the number 5 ranked Norman Tigers, who again are 4-0, as we go inside the numbers. And it is brought to you by Matt McCoy Insurance. If there are numbers you need with regard to insurance, you need to call Matt at 918-615-6634. And, of course, Matt McCoy, longtime Jenks Trojan football player and supporter, as well as playing on that OU National Championship game back in 2000. I'll start with you, Dr. Eric Fox. What number strikes you tonight?
We'll go with the number 10, and that's not a perfect 10. This is not a gymnastics score. Unfortunately, this number 10 is the total number of points the Trojans have scored in back-to-back football games, with 3 versus Union and then 7 last week versus Bixby, and that is the lowest combined total in 2 consecutive games since 1990. Don, that was even before I got here. So, like we've talked about, we all know this. The offense has to get on track this week. So, and I anticipate that being a little bit better. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they score at least 10 points, if not more, in the first quarter.
Okay, I like that. I like that kind of bold prediction. Let's go down to Rob Labor and find out what number he is interested in.
Yeah, thanks, Don. I got number 39 tonight, guys. One of these kind of curious, unfortunate offensive stats. Again, kind of similar to Eric, but just to drive the point home. Jenks only rushed for 39 yards last week. That's the lowest total since they ran for 42 at Broken Arrow in 2018 when they lost that district opener to the Tigers. In the last 36 seasons, you're talking about 440 games. They have only rushed for less than 100 yards in just 29 of those 440 games. It is rare. It is uncommon. It does not happen often that the Trojans cannot get the ground game literally off the ground, and that's something that we want to see tonight. We want to see some holes open up for Caden Jones, have him get back to the dynamic runner that we know he is. So my number tonight is 39, and just like Eric predicted that they could pass the point total of 10 in the first quarter, I think they'll have over 39. I'm taking the over in the first quarter on rushing yards, guys.
All right, sounds good. My number is 9 tonight. Sam Stone needs 9 tackles tonight to join an elite group of only 5 players in Jenks history to have 300 career tackles. Waraki Kalmas is obviously at the top of the list. Luke Turner behind him. Jake Crisp is in that list. So and Trent Tabor. So he has a chance to join 4 really good.
Those are some good Trojans right there. Good Trojans.
Exactly.
Sam's the homecoming king, so
Yes.
might as well do it on homecoming night.
Might as well. And, of course, he had a nice game, a big game last week, as did several of the Trojans on defense. When you hold Bigsby to 21 points, I think you're doing a pretty good job defensively. So nothing against the defense the last 2 weeks, but it's the offense, as we've talked about, that needs to get it going tonight. This is the 12th meeting between the two schools. Jenks leads the overall series 10 wins to 1. The only time Norman won was the first time they ever played each other, was back in 1992 in a semifinal game at OSU, and Norman won that game 14-8. They then did not play each other until they joined the districts together in 2010 and 2011, and then they were district opponents from 2014 to 2021. Rocky Martin is their head coach, 8th year with an overall record of 31-47. And again, they come in averaging 35.5 points a game and giving up just 14 points a game. For Keith Riggs in his 7th year, an overall record of 16-20, 25-9 here at home, and 5-3 recently against Oklahoma City area schools here. So we'll talk about that and how much of improvement the Oklahoma City area schools have made in this era to give Jenks fans a pause here, because the Trojans lost 2 games here last year against Oklahoma City area schools in Santa Fe and Westmore. When we come back, we'll have our player spotlight, and that is Sam Stone. He's coming up next. This is the Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma pregame show, and the player spotlight next is brought to you by Woodland West Pet Resort and Animal Hospital, open 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, west of downtown Jenks off Highway 75. This is Jenks Trojan football on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Does Rob have his mic on, or is that the crowd mic that I hear?
That's a crowd mic.
Okay. Can you turn my headphones down just a little bit?
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Okay.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
When you've got to spend some time away, there's no better place for your best friend to stay than Woodland West Pet Resort. With 17,000 square feet of fun, you can both take a no-guilt vacation. Relax, both of you. Pick up a new skill. Chow down on some well-deserved vacation food. Make new friends. Have a spa day. And finally, come home to your best friend. Woodland West Pet Resort. sit, stay, and play. Located next to Woodland West Animal Hospital off Highway 75 in the Jenks exit. When you've got
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious. Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's
On this field of stars and stripes, champions are born. Here, the Friday night lights offer a different view, where the lines of protection extend from sea to shining sea, and the bravery to tackle challenges.
I did get the officials. And we welcome you to the 84th annual homecoming game at Allen Trimble Stadium, featuring the Jenks Trojans, the 18-time state champions, against the Norman Tigers. Jenks has won the toss, elected to defer. Norman will take the football and go left to right. We'll give you the starting lineup of the Jenks defense here in just a minute. Right now, though, it is time to get our players to bank on. Brought to you by Arvest Bank with 20 locations in the metro area. Go to arvest.com to find the nearest location for you. And, of course, Arvest Bank donates $1 for every point scored this season to the Trimble Strong Foundation, and we encourage you to do the same. Just go to TrimbleStrongFoundation.org. All right, what player are you looking at tonight?
I'm looking at number 1, Ace Gilliam. He's playing cornerback for us. This team wants to air it out. They want to go for the long ball, and they believe in the 50-50 ball. They're just going to throw it up one-on-one and see what kind of chance they get. Ace Gilliam is going to be a big part of covering that tonight.
All right, let's pause for our national anthem tonight. By the way, hats off, tip of the cap to Scott Hillick and the Jenks Trojan Band who led the parade today. Man, 92 degrees during the parade in those uniforms is tough. Here come the Norman Tigers onto the field. Let's go down to Rob and get his Arvest Bank player to bank on.
Thanks, DK. I'm on the defensive side of the ball tonight, guys, looking at number 25, Caleb Dillard. According to D coordinator Adam Gaylor, Dillard had his best game of the season last week in Bixby. I think Dillard and his mates in the defensive backfield have done a pretty nice job so far this year, limiting big plays from the opposition. And alongside fellow sophomore Samaj Stanford, Dillard really demonstrated a good knowledge of this defense, good football IQ. He and Samaj match up very well together back there, and in just his first year in this Jenks system has done a nice job kind of holding things down in the defensive backfield. So I'm going to call it right now, guys. I'm calling it tonight. Caleb Dillard, put him down for a pick and a dominant performance by the Trojan defense.
Well, both of the guys that you mentioned, Caleb Dillard had 8 tackles last week. Ace Gilliam had 4 in the defensive backfield, and both were recognized. Around 6 players each week are recognized as players of the week for the Trojans, and both of those guys you mentioned had that honor this past week in the game against Bixby. All right, keys to the game brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. Honored to offer the best new Chevrolet cars, trucks, and SUVs to you. Classic Chevrolet, open until 8:30 tonight and tomorrow in Owasso. For more information, go to ClassicChevrolet.net, where a handshake still matters. Coach Fox, what do you think?
Well, we've talked about it. Quick start, get some confidence for the offensive line, get some confidence for Owen Jones, confidence for the receivers. We've got to be quick. And then when things go wrong, as they will, we have to respond. And it's kind of like Coach Gator tells his defensive unit, you got to have a very short-term memory, right? One play at a time. And this offense needs to not relive the trauma of the past couple of weeks. They need to go one play at a time, one drive at a time, keep things going. When mistakes happen, forget about it, move on to the next play.
All right, our starting lineup is Noah Carter will kick off right to left. Jenks in their all-maroon uniforms for those listening on the radio, and the kick into the end zone. So thanks for joining us on 1170 AM. If you're in your car, you can scan it, 106.9 FM HD2, the News on 6 app, JenksTrojanFootball.com, or on Trojan TV. Defensive end Cash Jacobson is back and starting at defensive end. Jack Wiltshire is back. He starts on the defensive line, and Luke McAnally at nose guard. The outside linebackers are Sam Stone and Brody Henderson. Inside linebackers Jack McAnally and Jace Hager. Free safeties Caleb Dillard. The strong safeties Samaj Stanford, and the cornerbacks Cooper Shockley and Ace Gilliam. First down for Phoenix Murphy, the quarterback. He has had a heck of a year. He can run the ball as well as pass, and he runs for 4 yards, fumbles the football, but Norman falls on it at the 24-yard line.
Would have been nice to come up with that, but we just talked about how much they like to air it out and throw it down the field, and they come up in a tight set and run the quarterback power on the first play, off tackle, able to loosen the ball up, but Tigers do a good job of jumping on it quickly.
I wonder if they saw any of the tape from last week.
I bet they watched a little tape last week.
4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. Averaging, again, 34 points a game, giving up just 14. Back to pass Murphy over the middle. He throws. It's complete. He slips a tackle, turns the corner at the 30 for a first down, and slides out at the 33-yard line. That is a catch made by his brother, Ryder Murphy. Phoenix Murphy, the quarterback, is a senior, and his brother, Ryder, is a junior.
They're going to go hurry up right here, but nice little crossing route across the middle, dragging 2 guys across.
Gain of 9. Here's a run over the left side, around the left side, and a pickup of a couple from the 33. Now mark it at the 36 for 3 yards. Running back is Anthony Johnson, a junior. So it's 2nd down and 7 from the 36. The Trojans have given up 67% completion rate, but only 2 touchdowns passing against them this year. 2nd and 7 from the 36. Ryder Murphy in motion. Phoenix flushed out of the pocket by Jacobson. Again, he can run. He does, and he slides down at the first down marker at about the 43-yard line.
Well, they initially called him short as he slid in there, but then they kept walking it up to a little bit, but lost outside contain, so he's able to pick up some yards with his feet. Pretty good coverage downfield.
So a 3rd down and 1 here at the 42-yard line. 2 minutes into the game. Change at the line of scrimmage for Phoenix Murphy as 2 receivers left, 1 right. Handoff, looking for a hole, scrapes off left tackle, and Johnson has it. Needed a yard and got a yard and a half.
Pretty powerful runner, pretty compact as well, but just rides behind that left side of the line of scrimmage, big left offensive tackle, and is able to pick up the first down and just a smidge more.
Have an H-back on the left, 2 receivers right. Murphy's back. Wants to throw deep. It's covered. And now he throws down the sideline, and that one is almost caught. Man, Ryder Murphy got his hands on it, but I think the Trojans, Stanford, might have impeded the catch.
And I think actually Stanford was riding him, and he actually was out of bounds, had to come back into the field of play there. But nice job, Jack Wiltshire. Good to see him back in the lineup. Tried to go last week, just wasn't able to. But he's doing a pretty good job of getting pursuit and making the quarterback throw the ball. But again, he likes to throw it downfield and thinks that they can at least get half of them the ones that they throw down there.
Here's a running play up the middle and a big hole for Johnson, Anthony Johnson, and he gets up near midfield, a gain of 7 to set up a 3rd and short situation. This offensive line's very good. They have Eli Joseph, who is the son of former OU and Tampa Bay tackle Davin Joseph. And they're right at the first down marker again. They needed 3. They might be just a tad short.
Tackled by Jack Wiltshire.
Yeah, coming up a yard short there. They are bringing on the punting unit, but wouldn't be surprised to see them try to draw the Trojans offside. Actually, I take that back. They're keeping their offensive unit in there.
4th and 1.
Going Wildcat.
A little less than 1. Oh, he didn't even move out of the backfield early. No signal. First down.
Yeah, they showed Wildcat, and then they slid the quarterback back over, and again, running quarterback power, and didn't need a whole lot to get the first down, but picked it up. And I think you're right, Don. They liked what they saw to quarterback power from Bixby last week with Cord Nolan.
Good enough for a first down, Norman.
So the Trojans are going to have to stop these guys on first down. Four minutes into the game, eating up the clock, no score, first drive of the game. Here's the blitz. They pick it up. They throw deep. Again, it's Ryder Murphy, and he makes a great move on the ball, but so does the Trojans. So do the Trojans. They're going to rule it incomplete.
And again, I think the official on this side ruled that the receiver was pushed out of bounds. They like to go the deep ball. He likes throwing to his brother down there. The defensive secondary right now is doing a good job of riding him to the sideline, making it very, very difficult for him to make a completion down there.
And it's DJ Carter has that other corner position. Cooper Shockley over on the sidelines getting looked at right now.
All right, thank you. 2nd and 10 at the Jenks 47-yard line. Back to passes Murphy again, flushed out and has to slide down. Good job being chased by Cash Jacobson, and then coming up was Brody Henderson to close the deal at the 44-yard line, a gain of 3.
Rob, does that number 6 remind you of another guy that you know played quarterback, number 6 for the Sooners and the Buccaneers?
Yeah, I wonder if Phoenix Murphy woke up feeling dangerous today. Little shake, little bake in his game for sure.
He is a good one. Last week threw for 286 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for around 80 yards. He's back to pass here. Guns one, tipped up and intercepted at the 40-yard line. Tipped in the air by Caleb Dillard and picked off by Jace Hager.
Great job, Prophet Rob Labor right there, calling Caleb Dillard out at the beginning of the game. Dillard is sitting on that route the whole time. He's reading the quarterback's eyes. He is able to break on the ball, and then Hager does a tremendous job of playing the tip drill, coming in and getting that off the turf. Again, like we say every week, 3 turnovers is the goal for this defensive unit. They want 3 turnovers plus a score tonight. But Caleb Dillard and Jace Hager doing their part right there.
So the Trojans get their 4th interception of the year. They set up first down. Here's KD. He's trying to slip through a tackle. Looked like he was going to do it.
Number 2, KD Jones on the
And a gain of maybe, they're going to mark him back, a loss of a yard.
Jackson Ford.
Some of what we saw last week, getting some early penetration, just making it hard for him to get his motor running. Got to have more production on first down.
Here's a quick pass caught. Cato, the sophomore, look at him drive for the first down. Sophomore Jalen Cato. Nice catch, his 9th of the year.
Cato sits down in that soft spot of the zone right there on the left side, and then once he catches the ball, turns upfield very quickly, does a nice job picking up yards after the catch.
Into Norman territory at the Norman 43-yard line. Now over the middle it goes. And he spins forward. Cato for another first down at the 30. Mark it at the 29, a gain of 14.
Norman's bringing pressure, thinking they can confuse this offensive line, seeing what's happened the last couple of weeks. But Owen doing a good job of reading the blitz, getting the ball out of his hand quickly, finding his hot receiver open across the middle.
Quickly down to the Norman 29-yard line. Running play, K.D.'s busted, 25. 20-yard line, down to the 19. And you can move the sticks again.
Rob, I like the way he's taking care of that ball as he's getting up contact.
Yeah, and you like to start by Owen Jones, too. Like you said, short passes, fairly easy completions, and then let your receivers, let your playmakers go to work in the open field. That's what Jalen Cato's done so far.
Pass out to KD, slits a tackle to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone, but a flag is down. So this 19-yarder might be brought back.
I think they're going to call a hold out there on the edge from McAnally as he went out into the flat. I didn't see it. I saw KD make a tremendous move and make the guy miss. The first guy missed, but I think they're calling it out there on Jack on the edge. And I missed the replay. Great job by the Trojan TV team to give me a replay, and I missed that too, Don.
Mason Prince and the crew providing the pictures on YouTube on Trojan TV. And for those listening on the Jenks Audio Network, Trojans in their all-maroon uniforms tonight. Norman in their white uniforms, black numerals, orange trim, black helmets. And those uniform descriptions brought to you by Window World of Tulsa. So, first down and 20. Running play, KD, and he'll get about 3 back.
Number 2, KD Jones on the carry.
You guys know, not necessarily the number of penalties, it's the timing of the penalties, and to nullify a touchdown run, that one stings. Your offense has come out and shown some good early and trying to cash in on the Norman.
Yes, at second down after a gain of 2. Owen, nice pass over the middle. What a move to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown Trojans on the catch by Samaj Stanford.
Beautiful job right there. Again, Samaj finds the soft spot right there, makes the catch, and then turns on a burst. And again, Rob is the prophet, talking a little shake and bake action. And he looked like Sterling Shepard right there as he took it into the end zone for the touchdown score.
Yeah, it's Caleb Barnett, guys.
Okay.
Caleb Barnett's touchdown at the Trojan, and as soon as he caught that ball, he had a lane, and he showed off some of that speed that has made him so noteworthy around the state.
So Caleb Barnett, we've been waiting for him. He was ineligible to play last week. Of course, ineligible the first 2 games, I think it was. So the Trojans are on the board with 4:53 to go thanks to an interception and then a nice drive of 60 yards. We'll tell you about it when we come back after this 1-minute break. Jenks 7, Norman nothing. This is Jenks Trojan Football on the Audio Network and Trojan TV.
That 4 looks a whole
Yes, sir? Okay. All right.
cap off a scoring drive and to turn the turnover into points, but they shut me up real quick, didn't they? I was talking about penalties and the timing of penalties, and Owen Jones and Caleb Barnett said, here, take this. What penalty?
Yes, he looked very slick on that 27-yard touchdown pass from Owen Jones to Caleb Barnett, his 6th catch of the season and his first touchdown in a Trojan uniform. And here's a penalty against the Trojans.
I will say, though, those offensive penalties, those could be, drive killers, and they have been in the past. Those kinds of things have been difficult for this Trojan offense to overcome. Another great sign so far tonight.
Here's a 1st and 5, handoff Anthony Johnson. He looks like a load. He gets upended at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe a yard or two.
I think that's Zach Fisher coming up from his linebacker position, doing a nice job, pretty much meeting him there in the hole.
Sets up 2nd down and 3 from the 9-yard line. The Trojans went 60 yards in 6 plays despite a penalty. That scoring update brought to you by Chick-fil-A at Tulsa Hills. There's a running play for Murphy. He slides down for a 1st down at the 15-yard line.
Pretty good job there on coverage again. They brought the blitz from the outside, and so the middle of the field was open as the quarterback stepped up. He's not going to be a guy that wants to make contact. You can tell tonight he's got several slides down that would make the baseball coaches jealous.
1st and 10 at the 15. Jinx up 7-0 early. Oh, here's a like it might have been a jet sweep to Crew Knowles.
Fumble.
It's one of their top defenders. Trojans thought he fumbled.
Yeah, the Trojans thought they had it, and the side judge on their sideline went ahead and called it down, but just going for that speed reverse right there into the short side of the field.
Gain of 13 up to the 28-yard line. Shotgun snap, handoff. Johnson trying to get outside and unable to do it. Samaj Stanford makes the open field tackle.
Don, you talked about West Side teams. This is probably a Norman team that is as well-rounded, at least in the offensive unit, as they've had in quite some time.
Right.
With a running back, a quarterback, a couple of good skill guys, some big linemen. So it's no wonder that they're undefeated so far.
4-0, won their district game last week against Edmond North. 30-0. And he slides down again. Yeah, he doesn't want any contact, but that's okay.
Anthony Johnson on the keeper.
3rd and 5 coming up at the 33-yard line.
We're getting a pretty good rush, but vacating the middle, and so he's just stepping up into that offensive line. But, he is shutting his motor down about the time that he gets any penetration or a feel for contact.
3rd and 5 at the 33-yard line for Phoenix Murphy. Rocky Martin said, I saw these Murphy kids grow up in the little league camps that Coach Martin put on. He said, I knew they were going to be pretty good. He's got a good offensive line to back him up. Nice throw and catch up at the 40-yard line for a 1st down.
They're calling
Zach
it incomplete.
Fisher. Oh,
Yep.
nice.
They're saying he's out of bounds.
All right. B.J. Randall on the catch.
Murphy's pass intended to number 14, Ryder Murphy.
So you gave up some yards there on that drive, but you didn't let him get out towards midfield, and it'll be important. 4th and 5 here maybe, making sure they don't try to draw you off sides, but pretty good job again by the defensive unit.
Phoenix Murphy, the quarterback, will drop back to punt. And Samaj Stanford is back to receive the kick. 2:11 go first quarter. There's the boot away from Stanford near the Jinx sideline. Good bounce. And the Trojans will take over. They were 60 yards out the first time they touched the ball off a turnover, and now they're going to be about 63 yards away.
Jinx High School with
Trojans next week will be on the road, so the schedule is home, away, home, away, home, away the rest of the year.
It's funny how that works.
Yes. Tomorrow, TU is hosting Army at 11 a.m. on Big Country 99.5 FM. It can be seen on ESPNU. I suggest you sync it up between Bruce Howard and Rick Corey and Jeremy Poplin and the TV.
That'll be a fun game.
That will be. Or Oklahoma State hosting West Virginia tomorrow at 3 o'clock here on 1170. Oh, reverse to Stanford. I like the call to the 40, to the 50. Takes punishment, but gets the first down into Norman territory at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and that's Barnett again. We're going to have to give him a little bell or a special collar. When he runs it with the way he has his pads, it looks like a 4 when he's going from behind, but nice job right there using his speed, getting out on the edge.
1st and 10 after the 18-yard gain to the Norman 40. A nice slant caught by Cato. Man, he's been busy in this opening quarter.
Owen Jones pass complete.
Yeah, just going with quick reads, getting the ball out of Owen's hands quickly. A lot of his pre-snap reads are giving him the indicators that he needs to make a good, solid decision. And so I really like the way things have been simplified right now.
Quick, easy passes. Here's KD. Good opening 30. Good move to the 25 to the 23-yard line. And the Jenks offense, which was held to just 10 points in the last 2 games and really struggled last week, starting to take charge here in this opening quarter. Already 7 points on the board, and as you see, just a minute left and looking for more. And throwing out complete. Oh, did Dillard stay on his feet? Apparently he did. Nice job by Malachi Dillard. He didn't go down on the first contact. They're going to say he's out of bounds now at the 13-yard line.
Nice catch right there, and again, doing something with it, turning upfield after he makes the catch. Does a nice job of keeping his composure. Had a play that kind of got negated last week after not keeping his composure, so good to see improvement on that side as well.
Gain of 20. Inside handoff. KD waltzes into the end zone. That is sweet and good for 6 more.
Is that a flag or is that a towel?
Number 2, KD Jones.
The officials are...
I think that's going to be a flag, a hold.
Second touchdown of the night called back.
On a penalty. The umpire there in the middle threw that flag relatively quickly. That's going to back them up quite a bit.
An A-plus run for KD is wiped out thanks to a 5-yard penalty or a 10-yard penalty. A-plus Roofing, one of the Trojan sponsors, thanks to David and Christy Watson, over 20 years experience in the metro area. Just a block away from the parade route today. 1st down and 15, and here's a motion against the Trojans.
Guys, I want to go back to a couple plays ago. That catch by Malachi Dillard here on the perimeter got flipped over and somehow had the acrobatic agility to land on his feet, keep all of the rest of his body parts off the ground, a la Kenneth Walker III. I don't know if you saw that play in the Seattle Seahawks-Detroit Lions game from this past week. Actually got flipped over twice and was never down. Very reminiscent of what Malachi Dillard just pulled off.
It was indeed. 1st and 20 at the Norman 23. Jones in trouble. Owen still on his feet. And now are they going to say he's down?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. They're calling a sack because the guy had his ankle. This is a wrestler. He knows how to get out of a single leg takedown.
Loss of 9. 2nd down and 29. The Trojans again suffering through this the last 3 games where they make a good play, then all of a sudden 2 steps back. Had a touchdown called back, had 2 penalties, and now a sack. McAnally in as an H-back. Blitz is on. Here they come. They pick it up well. Owen steps up and fires a fastball caught by Cato at the 15-yard line. He'll be 11 yards shy of the 1st down, but he got 18 back.
Nice job of breaking on the in route right there, and again finding that spot. And then Owen, even though there's some pressure coming around him, is able to keep his composure, step up there, deliver a strike, get him back at least within field goal range.
3rd down and 12 at the Norman 15-yard line. Barnett split left. And that'll be the end of the opening quarter. From Allen Trimble Stadium, when we come back, what will the Trojans do on 3rd and 12 at the Norman 15, and already leading 7-0. Thanks for joining us on the Jenks Trojan Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Trojan fans, please direct your attention.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our
craving to...
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital. Our pets are more than just... When you've got to spend some time...
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Another school that's a little bit to the east of us that wears black and gold. We won't talk about them quite yet, but Kelly's wonderful. I'm really glad to have a conversation with her and talk about what school nurses do. There's a lot of people that don't really understand what that job is about at the high school level, so it was great to have a conversation with her.
Susie Henderson, my cousin's wife, was the school nurse at Sapulpa High School for many years. So I have a soft spot for those school nurses. Pass out to Katie Jones inside the 20, back to about the original line of scrimmage, which will be the 13. So a gain of a couple, make it 4th down and 10, and we'll bring in the punting or the field goal unit.
I said I wanted 10 points in the first quarter. I just not quite there yet, but on the right hash right there should be get a good snap and a good hold and then drive it through. I think we got a good shot at this.
Tim Foreman will do the honors. Braxton Hart the snap. Jake Flowers to hold it at the 20. This will be a 30-yard field goal attempt. Kick is on its way to our right into the stands, and it is good. So Tim Foreman has his second field goal of the year, the third of the season for the Trojans, and there's your 10 points. Coach Fox, as we take a timeout early here in the second quarter on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
On this field of stars and stripes, champions are born. Here, the Friday night lights offer a different view, where the lines of protection extend from sea to shining sea, and the bravery to tackle challenges extends on and off the field of battle. At Cherokee Federal, we stand with our warfighters. We work 24/7 to build strategic solutions, solve complex challenges, and serve our military and veteran community with compassion and heart. For every star, every stripe, we stand committed to supporting America's greatest team.
But did a nice job on the delivery and the hold, and drove it through there. And then kicking team has looked pretty good. And so again, I would like to see this defense, as much as this Norman team throws the ball, I'd like for them to come away with another takeaway and maybe even get a pick six.
The wind is at the back of the quarterback, Phoenix Murphy. Jinx shifts on the defensive line. Murphy drops back. In trouble on the line. Nice throwback. And nice move up to the 16-yard line. DJ Carter in the open field makes the tackle on B.J. Randall.
Good to see Cass Jacobson back in the lineup. He was out for the second half last week, and losing Wiltshire and Jacobson both really hurt us in that second half. But Cash does a nice job of giving pursuit there, and then DJ does a nice job of making a tackle that saves a big gain.
I think it's a gain of 5, so it's 2nd down and 5. Murphy going to run again. And down he goes at the 20, just shy of the first down marker.
Brody Henderson doing a good job of looking at his middle zone there and then keeping his eye on the quarterback. So when the quarterback stepped up, he was giving pursuit and making sure that the quarterback didn't get across the line of scrimmage.
So now it's 3rd and 1 at the 20-yard line. Trojans have been very good on third down defense this year coming into this game, giving up just 27%. 0 for 9, they held Union on third down. And in the first half last week against Bigsby, held them 1 of 6. But the Spartans were able to convert 4th downs, and that's what Norman did in their first drive before they throw the interception. And here they're going to get a 3rd and 1 and convert the play for a first down, and they'll move the sticks after a gain of 2.
So their power play so far has been a tight package and quarterback power. But Gordon is a big, strong back there, and they go ahead and they keep basically a one-back set and just hand it to him and have him push up into that line of scrimmage to pick up the first down.
6th first down of the half for the Norman Tigers. Phoenix Murphy, returning starter at quarterback, throwing deep. This one is up for grabs, and Ace Gilliam got a hand on it. There's your interception.
There's 5 guys that had a shot at that one. 2 of them had white jerseys and 3 of them were in maroon. So, like I said, again, Wiltshire doing a good job of giving pursuit, and he has a tremendous arm strength, and he just lofts it downfield. And I actually think that Ace would have caught that if it hadn't been for the guys that kind of cut underneath it and maybe distracted his field of vision a little bit. But that's what they've done is just chunk it up there and hope they get at least half of them.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line. Sweep. Oh, and this guy can throw the football. Now he tries to get chased down by Jacobson. What a play by Cass Jacobson. That shows you his athletic ability, doesn't it? Wow. That was impressive.
Tremendous job. That was supposed to be a pass there by Knowles. He's looking downfield, but pretty good coverage. They didn't bite on it, and then he tries to bring it across the field. And, man, we've talked about how much bigger Cash has gotten, but showing that athleticism and chasing him down to just trip him up there does a tremendous job. Great effort, great athleticism to get him down on the ground and make sure he didn't get outside there to pick up that first down.
3rd and 5 at the 27-yard line. Trojans leading 10-0. Early second quarter for Phoenix Murphy. Here comes a blitz by Hager. He's in trouble. He throws it away. Oh, and they're going to get Stanford for a push in the back on the receiver, Isaiah Reese.
Yeah. I really think, we may be able to see a replay here. I think they got their feet tangled up. I guess they're calling it a hold. They didn't call it pass interference. They called a hold there. So, that's again,
exactly what it looked like to me, Coach Fox. It looked like as they were striding down the field, their feet got tangled up. I didn't see any obvious push or grab or clutch of the jersey there.
I think what they have to be saying is that the receiver tried to make a break when the quarterback saw kind of the scramble drill that there was a little tug or something there. But
so a new set of downs. Running play Johnson. He's loose and up near midfield. Jack McAnally made the tackle, and he is pleading with his defensive front to hold this guy.
Yeah, I think there's some confusion in alignment there. That Gordon should not be coming through that free. They do bring a big body on the inside backer. McAnally may save a touchdown right there on that play.
So 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Norman. Down 10-0 to Jinx. Johnson, nice hole. And another first down. They've got a big offensive line. Julius Stevens, Eli Joseph, Colin Patterson, all college prospects, and all underclassmen. DJ Carter on the tackle.
Just power football right there. Nothing particularly fancy. Pulling the guard and the tackle. The guard kicks out. The tackle wraps up on the linebacker and just gashes the Trojans on that play.
Gain of 16. Down to the Jenks 37-yard line. Their first time in Jenks territory. Johnson this time. Look at that. Wow, he is powerful.
Anthony Johnson on the
Well, they pulled guard, tackle, and H-back all this way, and we step up in the hole when we meet them in the hole, but we don't wrap up, and we just try to lower our shoulder, and unfortunately he treats a couple of us like pinballs and keeps on running like a wizard.
2nd and 2 at the Jenks 29-yard line. Trojan football brought to you by Arvest Bank, perfect bank for your changing world. 20 metro locations. Find out the one nearest you at arvest.com. 2nd and 2 at the Jenks 29-yard line. Murphy back to pass. Here comes the blitz. Stanford chases him out. Murphy throws, and Ryder, his brother, can't quite hang on to it at the 8-yard line.
Pretty dangerous right there. Shows a lot about athleticism. Samaj doing a great job of giving pursuit. But as the quarterback scrambles away to his right, he throws it downfield, and Ace tries to jump underneath it, and the ball just goes a little bit over his head, which means Ryder almost had a chance to come down with that. So good effort. If you're going to cut underneath that, you got to make sure you bat that ball down or pick it off.
3rd and 2 at the Jenks 29-yard line. Jenks defense trying to stand tall here. Good crowd on the home side for homecoming 2024. Running back stood up. He got some forward progress. That's Cameron Donald. We'll see where they mark it.
Yeah, he didn't get it, guys. They're going to mark him at least a half yard, if not a full yard short. Got stood up there as he went right up the middle across the line of scrimmage. Good stick by Jace Hager and company to make sure that he couldn't drive those legs forward any further.
Surprised we didn't have Johnson in there, but watch for the Wildcat or the quarterback power here. 4th and 1.
They converted a 4th down earlier, the first quarter. This one's going to be close.
They called it that he got it.
I don't know, guys. I think he's going to be just short. I think the first down marker is right at the 27. The official's foot is between the 27 and the 28 right now. They stopped him.
How about that?
We'll take it. It looked like the initial spot by the guy on the side was right at the 27-yard line, right touching the line, but then as they came in, they marked it in between, and so nice job by that defensive unit coming up with a big 4th down stand. Really surprised by the 3rd down call that they had, that they didn't give it to Johnson. They brought in a different back. So, but nice job by the defense, giving some ground, but not giving up the red zone.
Well, and you could have run the Wildcat there with Johnson, but instead it was Knowles the ball carrier. Johnson's definitely got a bigger frame.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Handoff KD again and stuck in the backfield. And down he goes for a big loss. By the way, we failed to mention the injury update brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, longtime team doctors for the Jenks Trojans. Wiltshire's back, Jacobson's back, but 2 defenders that have played some. One of them, Lincoln Middlestead, is out tonight. I see him in shorts. He played quite a bit last week. And then Zion Castleberry, who played one of the earlier games on the defensive secondary, is out tonight. So after a loss of 5, Owens airing it out, and Barnett has it. Barnett will score on a 73-yard TD strike. That's what we've been looking for.
Like it, we're hitting the easy reads, we're hitting the short stuff, we're hitting the stuff that Owen can read quickly and get it out of his hands quickly, and then getting a little success, getting a taste for it. He hits Caleb Barnett for the downtown. We have not had a lot of explosive plays this season, so nice job by there. Owen laying it out in front of him, Kalen reeling it in, and then pulling away from the defender for a big explosive play touchdown right there.
credit the offensive line too, guys. Great pocket for Owen Jones, able to take his drop, survey the field, step into that throw, and deliver a dime downfield to Caleb Barnett. Have yourself a first half, young man.
No
Caleb
kidding.
Barnett is showing everything in his arsenal, and this is the kind of offense we've been waiting for.
Extra point was good by the Trojans. And so with 5:04 to go before halftime, we'll take a break. It's the Trojans now up 17-0 on Norman. This is Jenks Trojan football on the Jenks Trojan Audio Network and Trojan TV.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further. For our customers, our employees, and our tribe, we march forward together in the pursuit of excellence. Because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise. No matter the challenge.
Time they got in Jenks territory, went for it on fourth down, didn't get it, and the Trojans made him pay for it on the next play. Here's nothing doing.
Hey guys, you know me. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a big math guy. It's obviously why I majored in communications and took so many tough classes in college. But I think that last play, that last touchdown to Caleb Barnett boils down to a simple equation, right? Time plus speed equals 6, right? I think Einstein even wrote that down one time. Am I off there, Coach Fox?
We'll have to check the physics textbook on that one.
Thank you.
Back to pass is Murphy. Flushed out by Henderson. Throws on the run. It's got a strong arm. And incomplete. Caleb Dillard almost picked it but ran out of real estate. Now a flag is down.
They're going to call pass interference in the back, which is, I mean, maybe that's a call. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. Luke McAnally is getting held like crazy out there on the edge as the quarterback sprints to his right. So this penalty is going to go against the Trojans. It's going to give these guys a first down. And they sure missed a big hold on McAnally as he's trying to put pressure on the quarterback. He is actually twisted around. He wasn't that close to his escort in the homecoming assembly today.
Oh, bad snap. Loose ball, and the Tigers fall on it. Nice job by Colin Patterson, one of their linemen, at the 33-yard line. Loss of 2.
Second down.
Yeah, and I'll say this: the left tackle had his hand on the ground. Then he came into from a 3-point stance to a 2-point stance, which should have been movement there as well. Jack McAnally almost got that as the snap came off the H-back as he was moving in motion right there. So Norman gets away with a break there.
Second down and 12 at the 33. Murphy flushed out by Pangburn. Throws on the run. Nice catch up at the near the 40-yard line. Well short of the first down on the catch by B.J. Randall.
Pangburn did a nice job on that first down play, being in there on the gang tackle with Brody Henderson and some other guys, but does a nice job there of flattening out, sprinting out to the flat, making sure the quarterback doesn't get outside leverage on him and making him rush that throw. He's able to get the throw off, but just not able to look downfield like he wants to.
Pangburn's been impressive in just his second year of football. Good pass rusher. He must use the swim move.
That's right.
When he rushes the passer because he was on the swim team. 3rd down and 6. Murphy, first down. Look at that. He's not about to slide. He might go. DJ Carter wrestles with him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Wow, what a run. Mark it at the 18-yard line, and that's good for 43 yards.
And I'm not sure that wasn't designed, or that's something that he does so often that his receivers are pretty well trained because they're able to seal off the pursuit from the inside backer and get that big gaping hole to get him into the secondary.
First down from the 18-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go in the half. Trojans up 17-0. Screen pass caught by Johnson, and he's pushed out of bounds. You're right about the talent on this offense, man. Usually Norman comes in, they're pretty one-dimensional. Usually in the years we faced them, even back in that 92 semifinal, they were an option team. But this year they look like they have some weapons. At receiver, at quarterback, and then the running back Johnson, and a good offensive line. Good pass play there of 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. Pressure this time, and he just goes down for a loss of 7.
Nice job there looking for a man-beater route out there for the inside receiver with Knowles lined up on Samaj. Samaj does a good job as he tries to fake inside, break over, back over the top. Quarterback's waiting for him to make his double move there and just runs out of time. Good penetration up front, good coverage. Good job by Zach Fisher coming in there as well.
Murphy has shown pretty good quickness, elusiveness, and decision-making back there in the pocket, guys, but Zach Fisher just got home too quick. Didn't have a chance to make up his mind before Fisher got home.
3rd down and 12 at the Jenks 20-yard line. Murphy back again, airing it out in the end zone. Good coverage that time, knocked away, incomplete. Double team, Gilliam was out there.
And I think Zach Fisher was coming off the line with him as well. So Ace doing a nice job. Again, they think that they can win a matchup at least half the time on any man-on-man routes, just go routes right there, just threw it up in the end zone, and I guarantee you big brother and little brother have done that at least in the backyard about a million times before they got up here to varsity at the Norman Tigers, and that's why they're so dangerous as a combination.
Well, I've had great quarterbacks at Norman over the years. Dean Blevins was an all-state quarterback in '73. Zach Taylor, who's now the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. We saw a good one, Cade Horton. Sliding try in the end zone on 4th down, incomplete. He had him open for a second and couldn't get it to him.
Yet again, give it up for the defense front coming in there, making it a little tough. You know, Pangburn giving some really good pressure up front. McAnally getting in there, but Pangburn makes him step to his right. He points on a scramble drill to get his brother to head towards the end zone, but just tough to navigate that with that much pressure. It's a great job by the defense.
2:33 to go in the half. The Trojans will take over at their own 20-yard line.
Don't have a chance to practice 2-minute offense very often. We'll see if they do that here, or Coach Wilkinson plays it a little bit more conservative.
Yeah, we really haven't seen much of it here in the first half of the season. KD trying to turn the corner here. Nice stiff arm. And gets up to the 28-yard line.
So they're going to hurry it up here. KD does a nice job of getting to the wide side of the field. It may be his longest run of the night. I'm not quite sure.
So. Pass out. Barnett can't hang on to that high fastball, so it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Now it's tipped at the line, guys. Tipped there by the defensive lineman Royce King for the Tigers. Got one of his big paws up there to kind of knock that ball off of its route.
King is a big guy right there off the edge.
Royce King, number 33. 3rd and 2. Same play. This time complete to Barnett. You have to like his ability after the catch to get positive yards. Barnett, of course, came into the season as maybe the number 1 receiver, and boy, he comes quickly to the bench.
I think he got rolled up. I don't know if they know that they need to get somebody in for him. Hopefully they got the sub on the field, but I think he was in a very awkward position when he got grappled to the ground.
Wow. He's in some pain. First down at the 41-yard line. Hayden Jordan is in at running back, and he scoots up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 4. Clock running, 1:49 remaining.
Of course, guys, we've seen Trey Mays kind of back up Caden Jones for most of the season, but he was hurt in that Union game, missed the Bixby game, and also out tonight, so Aiden Jordan getting some touches.
5'11", junior Owen Jones. Oh, he's going to do the Phoenix Murphy run. He got decked by Jackson Ford, one of their senior defensive backs, and that'll add an extra 15.
Yeah, that's exactly what the targeting rule is supposed to prevent right there. So, but again, Owen Jones, tough guy. We've talked about it before, state tournament wrestler. But he took a shot right there. But that's what that targeting penalty is supposed to prevent. Not sure what's going on with Caden Jones and why he's not back out there after those first 2 plays. I don't see him on the sideline anywhere, by the training table at least.
Moves it down to the Norman 32-yard line.
Officials timeout.
Yeah, the training table is currently occupied by Caleb Barnett, guys, working on that right leg. I don't know where KD is. I'll try to get some info on that.
Caleb Barnett's had quite a first half. 2 touchdown catches, one of 73 yards, giving the Trojans a 17-0 lead, but he is right now in some pain with Mike Catterson. He's going to retape his ankle. First down at the Norman 32-yard line.
KD's back out there now, guys.
Okay. Wind to the face of Owen Jones. Pressure is on, and he throws that one wide.
Owen Jones pass. Intended for
I think that's the first one he's aimed at Domek tonight. Domek has been a pretty steady possession receiver. Domek is running a out route that should take him into the boundary as soon as he makes that catch, but just a little bit too far outside for him to reach.
Domek comes into the game, leading receiver at 15 catches. Malachi Dillard is next with 11. Katie's after that with 10. Over the middle and incomplete. Looking for Malachi Dillard.
Had him there breaking across the middle just a little bit, either too much pepper sauce on it or just a little bit too high. Not sure exactly where Dillard needed to be on his route, if he needed to break it a little bit flatter or a little bit more towards the goal. Bringing in Sam Stone, I like Sam Stone as an H-back, and like you guys talked about in the pregame, you know, they like to see his competitive nature there, and of course we think he made a great catch against the Union game, so it'll be interesting to see what he does here in the slot.
3rd and 10 at the Norman 32-yard line. Instead, they go to Cato, and he makes a leaping catch at the 10-yard line and driven out of bounds. 1st and goal, Trojans.
That's a big-time catch by the sophomore. Nice job with the bench route. He's the inside receiver lined up in the slot. He does a nice job, and then Owen leads him outside where only he can make the play, even though he's got 2 guys that are trailing him.
23-yard gain for Jenks. Running play, KD. Look at that move. Fakes left, goes right, gets hammered at the 5-yard line, down at the 4, maybe the 3. The clock had a minute left. Coming up.
Good to see that there. Excuse me, KD making the first guy miss and pressing up to towards the goal line there.
Out of the side of Owen, gets the call and breaks another tackle. Spins off another, and he's in to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
I don't know how that happened. It looked like guys were moving all over the place, and it was busted, and I can't believe it. Now we're going to throw a celebration penalty when we weren't talking to anybody. There was nobody around with a white jersey at all. If it's on us, I don't get it, because we were with a bunch of our teammates talking to each other, celebrating with each other. I don't understand it if it's against us.
As far as the run goes, though, guys, all you can say here on field level is wow. I mean, somebody had him by the ankle, looked like there was no way he could escape, able to yank his leg out of there, then runs into another white jersey, a simple spin move and a stretch, and it's 6 points for KD Jones and a good, hard, tough run after he was denied or had 2 touchdowns taken away already this evening.
Noah Carter's extra point is good. Yes, that is his first score of the game, and overall his 6th touchdown of the year. And so with 42 seconds left, the Trojans are up 24-0 on the 3-yard TD run. After the Trojans stopped Norman on 4th and 12, they went 80 yards in that 2-minute offense, as Eric Fox talked about, and did it in 10 plays. So a team that only scored 10 points the last 2 games, 24 points in the game before that against Owasso. It was 24 on the board here in the first half.
I like it. We're going to help Kevin Saban and Arvest Bank make some more contributions to the Trimble Strong Foundation. So, yeah, but KD does a nice job of, getting yards after contact. They did not wrap him up, and we know that he has a dangerous spin move, and he continues to drive his legs and gets to that goal line. I don't understand the penalty. I don't know, maybe something was said, but we were celebrating with 4 or 5 of our teammates. There were no Norman Tigers around us. So I just don't understand what that was. I mean, I know there's a decorum and there's a way to celebrate and a way to not celebrate. You can't do taunting. You can't, put it in the face of another player. But I just didn't see that.
Well, nobody who skipped the game tonight and went to the fair. Good crowd here tonight at Alan Trimble Stadium for homecoming. 84th annual homecoming tonight. Started in 1951. Guess that could be here's the kickoff. This will be returnable. Reese again at the 12. Tries to go up the middle and is shut down at the 26-yard line. So a Don King, did you know, a DKDYK, if you will. And speaking of homecoming queens, it all started back in 1951 when Claire Stanley was the first homecoming queen. And since then, we've obviously had several, but maybe the most prominent is Dr. Joe Reese, having 3 daughters that were all homecoming queens here at Jenks, starting with Erin in 2000, Lauren in 2003, and Megan in 2004.
Now Erin's daughter is up on her pom squad. She's a pom mom around and doing lots of things, helping the school, helping the team. So they're a great family.
The 32-yard line. Here's a first down pass, and DJ Carter knocks it down. Intended for B.J. Randall.
Rob mentioned earlier that Trey Mays is out for the season, and another guy that we didn't mention, he's been out for a couple weeks, but it was playing really, really well until he got hurt, was Whittington. Blake Whittington on crutches still tonight, so wish those guys the best, but they're out there cheering their teammates on and helping spur them to encouragement.
15 tackles in the game that he got hurt. Here's a pass over the middle to Crew Knowles. He's the younger brother of All-Stater Dax Knowles from a few years back, and he scoots all the way up across the 40-yard line. That's going to be good for about 15 yards and stops the clock with 19 seconds remaining. Ace Gillum ran him out of bounds.
Rob, I don't know before halftime if you can kind of get a look at Barnett. It doesn't look like he's bouncing around very well yet, but I know they got him taped back up.
Fake handoff, play action. Cash Jacobson pressuring and throws out of bounds.
Really got to give it up to this defense. They're playing really well. Brody Henderson over there helping in coverage. Ace Gilliam's over there. Sam Stone is over there. Samaj is over there. Dillard is over there, and then getting good pursuit by the guys up front, McAnally, Wiltshire, and Jacobson. Just really tremendous team effort right now for a very good offensive unit from this Norman Tigers. They scored a lot of points so far this season.
I mentioned Claire Stanley, the first homecoming queen, 1951. She later became a Rosencutter, and they have, through the Rosencutter family, have had 16 graduates here at Jenks High School over the years. Second down, Murphy. Caught, dropped immediately. Is Crew Knowles, who goes both ways.
That'll do it.
And that takes care of the first half after a 10-yard pass play. Unless Norman called a timeout, and they did with 1 second left.
Timeout.
Set 0, and they put a second back on the clock, Rob.
Yeah, you mentioned Caleb Barnett. They did retape that right ankle, and he's been kind of walking on it, gingerly trying to put some weight on it down here on the sideline. So hopeful that we will see Caleb Barnett back in a game that's already 24-0. You would think it's not absolutely a necessity at this point for him to come back in the game and try to injure that ankle further, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it as we move into the third quarter.
All right. While the timeout is being made, it's time for this date in Trojan history, brought to you by Window World of Tulsa. For appointments, go to windowworldtulsa.com. They are also a proud sponsor of the Jenks Cheer Squad, who is in the parade today. And this date in history, you'll remember this one. Coach Fox, on this date, October 4th, 2002, Aaron Brewer's 5-yard scoring run ended a wild 6A3 shootout, firing the number 10 ranked Trojans to a 1-1 conference record, 2-3 overall, and a hard-earned 6A3 win over the Tahlequah Tigers, 41-35. Tahlequah's Vince Combs sent the game into overtime on a 66-yard TD pass or catch, but Jenks ended a 3-game losing streak, beating Tahlequah in OT 41-35. You guys had 3 overtime games in 2002. That was season.
We wanted all the Trojan fans to get their money's worth. We didn't want them to go home feeling cheated at all. They're going to get the regular game plus.
1st and 10 at the Jenks 48-yard line. I believe this is the second time in Jenks territory it is. And Murphy throwing it deep, jump ball, knocked away, incomplete. So that takes care of the first half.
Murphy's pass intended for number
DJ Carter in on the coverage, and the Trojans scoring 24 points in the first half. They came into this game
the first half with your score.
averaging 20 points a game.
All right, DK, down here on the field with Coach Riggs as the Trojans take a 24-0 lead into halftime. Coach, offensively, 10 points combined in the last 2 games, 24 in the first 2 quarters here. What's led to the offense being able to get going and start clicking a little bit tonight?
Well, the easy answer is execution. You know, we executed so much better tonight, got in kind of a rhythm and go, and really pleased with how we performed on offense.
Would an easy answer also be the speed and the playmaking ability of Caleb Barnett?
Well, he is a difference maker, right? It's good to have him back, definitely.
This Norman team came in putting up some pretty decent numbers offensively. You guys have held them to a goose egg in the first half. What's working defensively, and what have you liked about the effort so far there?
Well, their offense is really good. You know, they've moved the ball on us some. Really proud of our defense for not giving up. Made some key stops on some key downs, which is a big difference.
Anything different or any adjustments you want to make for the second half?
Well, we'll have some small things we need to go in, especially on defense. You know, they got us on some run plays. We need to fix that and clean that up. But no, we need to come out and have another clean half.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you, Rob Labor, and thank you, riding with the coach into the locker room, brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. And, of course, they're open tomorrow, 8:30 to 8:30, serving the metro area for nearly 40 years. We'll come back, recap the first half, and head into the Matt McCoy Insurance halftime report with Eric Fox around the campus with school nurse Kelly Gordon, and then Rob Labor has an interview with Clay Martin, the new Jenks athletic director. All that straight ahead on the Jenks Audio Network.
Off the field. Presenting the plaque tonight is Booster Club Vice President Todd Lilly, and accepting on behalf of Peyton's Corner is Cecil Henniger. Please give a big thanks to Peyton's Corner for their continued support of Jenks Trojan football. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield and welcome the defending national champion, Jenks Varsity Pom Squad.
entering the field, the Jenks Trojan Pride. The Trojan Pride is under the direction of Scott Hillick, Ryan Gartner, Mark Stevenson, Kenny Martin, Grant Jensen, Sam Silverman, and Jill Johnson. Color Guard is under the direction of Annie Coggins, Braxton Gillespie, Alexis Lampo, Amelia Cannon, and Sydney Pruder. Production instruction is by Mark Stevenson, Kenny Martin, Noah Smith, and Foster Maddox. Additional staff includes Robert Saladen, Carol Chambers, Brett Kuhn, Peter Beckert, Justin Shelton, Jonathan Yu, and Jamar Morrison. This year's show is entitled Pixelated and includes the following musical selections: So Say We All by Harry George Lightfoot, Balance Problems by Nico Muley, 19 Hands by Alfonso Peduto, Spiegel I'm Spiegel by Arvo Pärt, and Alfonso Muscadunder by Todd Thierry. The performance seeks to immerse the audience into a world where everything is morphed into a pixelated quality, from the field aesthetic to the uniforms and flags, and even through the musical selections. We explore the unfocused quality of pixels, the excitement and vibrancy of color, and the reflection of ourselves and the pixels that create our larger picture. And now, for your halftime entertainment, drum majors Hadley Kirk, Keegan Sponsler, Tessa Summerlin, Emily Taylor, and the Jenks Trojan Pride. Trojan Pride. The Jenks Trojan Pride Marching Band is a 2018 Bands of America Grand Nationals finalist, a 12-time Bands of America Regional and Super Regional finalist, a 20-time Oklahoma Bandmasters Association State Marching Championships Top 6 finalist, and a 2-time participant in the Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. In addition, the Trojan Pride Concert Bands are a 4-time Bands of America National Concert Band Festival Honor Group, a 6-time Oklahoma Music Educators State Commission Honor Group, an OSSAA sweepstakes recipient since 1985, and the 2015
Hey, send me that picture. I want to try to talk about it. Please. Just boss you around. I apologize.
How do I just and it's both
first half for 85 yards. So impressive. Trojans leading 24-0. They get the ball here to start the second half. We'll give you some other scores also. Mustangs having a time of it tonight. We'll play at Mustang next week. By the way, Sam Stone tonight has 4 tackles and needs 5 tackles to join the 300 club. Here's the kickoff. Oh, it's a squibber, but a nice job of covering it for the Trojans. Braxton Daniel.
Nice job, keep being aware. You know, we had talked earlier that special teams needed to pick up their play, and we know earlier in the season a couple of onside kicks kind of hurt us, and so good heads-up play right there by Braxton. Does a nice job of falling on it, not bobbling it around, and the Trojans will have good field position to start this second half. Bigsby is leading more early in the third quarter, 35-0. That was 21-zip at halftime, now 35-0. UConn's winning at Broken Arrow 28-20. Here's a running play. KD grabbed at the line of scrimmage and fights forward for a yard. Other scores, Deer Creek all over Edmond North, 41-17. That will be our next home game against the very tough Deer Creek Antlers. Owasso is all over Union at Union Tuttle tonight, 34-7. And Edmond Santa Fe, whom we beat in the season opener, is 0-4, and they're getting shellacked tonight at Edmond Memorial, 29-0. Enid is upsetting Mustang tonight, 29-16. Owen Jones had a good first half. Back to pass, already thrown for over 200 yards. He's airing it out, and he goes past Malachi Dillard. One of the things we wanted to see was better protection from this offensive line. They really tried to simplify some of the pass protection calls, and they gave Owen just all kinds of time right there. It had Dillard on a one-on-one route and just put a little bit out in front of him, too far for the speedster to catch up to it. But nice job by Pass Pro, and I like taking a shot by Owen. I like that confidence. So Pulp is tied at Bartlesville, 14-14 in the third quarter. Owen has time here, and he heaves that one for Stanford. Samaj Stanford incomplete, so it's fourth down, and the Trojan will have to punt for the first time tonight. So not the way you wanted to get your opening possession of the second half going. You know, you just have a couple of yards on first down and then miss on 2 longer passes. But I do 10 of 13 for the first half. Yeah. That's got to be a boost of confidence for Owen, and I like the pass protection, giving Owen a lot more time to feel comfortable back there. Caleb Dillard is back to punt. He has a 33-yard average and 8 kicks. Took over the punting duties from Noah Carter. A couple of games into the season. Good snap. They bring the rush. He kicks it away. And it goes down the middle of the field, inside the 30, inside the 20. And we're rolled close and dead at the 16-yard line. Down there by Ace Gilliam. Got a nice roll there. Rob, what did you see on the faces of the Trojans as they came out from halftime? You've had a couple of rough weeks. Now you're up 24-0. Do we look like we're locked in, ready to continue?
Yeah, definitely. I would use those adjectives. I would say locked in. I think this defense really, just playing fast and loose, playing with a ton of confidence, feeling like, they're not untouchable, I don't think is the word, but very, very confident that they can be in the right place at the right time. There's a perfect example of it with the play made by Brody Henderson as he scrapes down the line of scrimmage and takes down the running back. Offensively, I don't think they're getting overly excited. I think they're keeping it contained. But I would say among the coaching staff, definitely some knowing looks of, hey, this is what it can look like.
Exactly. Loss of a yard there on the nice plays you mentioned from Brody Henderson. Here is the running back, or the quarterback rather, Phoenix Murphy. And he gallops up to the 21-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6, 3rd and 5 coming up. Interesting call right there, showing the handoff to Johnson, but then it's a quarterback follow, so Johnson becomes, from the ball fake to him as the carrier, he becomes the lead blocker out on the edge. Interesting scheme. We haven't seen that so far tonight. Johnson has 12 carries for 53 yards, and Phoenix, 11 carries, 66 yards. And Murphy's back to pass where he was 6 of 17 in the first half. Rifles one over the middle. Good catch by his brother Ryder to the 40, 45, first down. Tigers brought down by Samaj Stanford.
Yeah, that's where this quarterback really does a lot of his damage as the ability to make plays with his feet, to make guys miss him as the pocket collapses, to step up in the pocket and take off sometimes. That time he just slides to his right, finds his brother. You see a lot of hand motioning. He does a lot of hand motioning and direct him from back there to tell his receivers to break things off. And again, I'm sure he's hit his brother on the scramble drill many, many times.
Longest pass play of the game for them at 24 yards. Second catch for Ryder. Phoenix hands off Anthony John. No, keeps. Goes left. Good fake. Samaj Stanford, nice open field tackle. Gets help from Ace Gilliam. And that'll be a gain of a couple.
I like, earlier in the game, we had some hard time allowing them just a little bit too much on first down. And this drive done a pretty good job of keeping first down relatively contained.
Second down and 8 from the 47-yard line after the 2-yard run by Phoenix. Murphy just into the third quarter, 24-0 Trojans. Norman quarterback back. Here's it, and knocked away. Or did he catch it? He caught it. Wow, nice catch. I thought Caleb Dillard got a hand in there and knocked it away, but Ryder Murphy shows he's got some glue on those hands at the 31-yard line.
Really good coverage. Everybody's dropped back, and just a couple receivers out in the route, but Murphy really does a nice job of securing the catch. Even though Dillard getting a hand in there, he just wasn't able to pry it away.
22-yard gain, third time in Jenks territory tonight. So Ryder Murphy with a 24 and 22-yard catches here in this drive. And they'll throw a screen out. And nice defense by the Trojans here on Haynes Hartsock, his first catch of the night.
Sam Stone can play like a linebacker. He can play like a safety. Sometimes he can play like a corner right there. He does a nice job fighting through the pressure to get outside on that quick bubble screen for another tackle. I guess he needs 4 now.
4.
Let the countdown begin.
Yes. Gain of 4, second down and 6 from the Jenks 28. So I guess a gain of 3 on the last play. Here's the same play. Stanford this time on the tackle.
I think he fumbled it.
Trojans have it.
That was Samaj Stanford guys on the far side out on the boundary making that play in the open field and able to get a piece of the ball as he brought the receiver to the ground, just punched it right out, and clearly a fumble, ball out before his knee down, and again the Trojans come up with their second takeaway of the night.
Not only a heads-up play by Samaj to strip that ball, but Cash Jacobson hustling over from his defensive line position, falling on that before somebody else can get there before it gets out of bounds. So
exactly.
Great play.
That is only the second fumble for the Trojans to recover this year. Owen Jones, nice pitch out to Dillard, I believe. We'll see. Up to the 28-yard line, a gain of 3.
I think that one was Domek there.
Okay, thank you.
Really a tight window right there because he's throwing a quick hitch route, but he's throwing it into the boundary, so not a whole lot of field to work with. Domek does a nice job of securing the catch.
Booker T. Washington at home tonight. Homecoming leading Shawnee 21-7. Here it's 2nd and 7 at the 28. Owen went to hand off to KD. Nobody there, and Owen turns it into a decent gain.
Yeah, miscommunication there. Owen thought he was going one way. KD thought he was going another way. Owen heads up. He follows through the hole there. And, again, you don't have to make a great play. You just don't want to make a bad play. So showed good decision-making to head straight upfield and definitely have a third down and manageable situation here.
Scores we brought to you this evening by Red Rock Canyon Grill, known for creating the best flavors of the Southwest. Where flavor steals the show. Ooh, here's a fumble, or they're going to call him down.
I'm not sure he's not hurt. He got formed up.
Yeah, he got hit hard, guys. Took a shot there from Bear Boyd, the senior linebacker for the Tigers. I think if your name is Bear Boyd, you're predestined by the universe to play middle linebacker.
Yeah, he's a tough one, Bear Boyd is for sure.
And Trojan fans everywhere kind of holding their breath here with KD down and
Walked off on his own power. Here's the punt by Dillard. It's going to be a short kick. It's at the 40. Oh, picked up at the 43-yard line. That took some courage from Crew Knowles, and he returns it a few yards and gives Norman their best field position as far as a starting position at the Jenks 38-yard line.
Heads up by Sam, and I'm not sure who the other one was over there. It may have been Dillard finding the ball. Well, Dillard was the one that was punting it, but Sam was able to find the ball as it was coming down short and saw Knowles sprinting forward to get it and rerouted and redirected to keep that from being a bigger play for the Tigers.
So the Trojans have the Tigers starting here at the 38-yard line. And they're very stingy. Anthony Johnson, who got some good holes in that first half, gets brought down by Pangburn.
Pangburn doing a nice job of getting penetration. Samaj coming up on the run support as well.
So Sam is now 3 tackles away from 300. 2nd and 8. Back to pass Murphy. Has time. He's going to run it. And slides down. He had a 43-yard in the first half, but he's not looking for big offense.
Now Brody Henderson and Jack McAnally, Jace Hager coming up from their linebacker drops and making him shut it down there before he gets close to the line to gain.
Trojan football brought to you by Classic Chevrolet, which has your keys waiting on you. They're open tomorrow till 8:30 to 8:30 in Owasso. Pressure is on. He airs it out. Looking at the goal line. Oh, they're going to call a penalty here on the Trojans.
You know, Rob, we talked about they like the 50-50 ball. They feel like they're going to catch at least half of them, but it doesn't even have to be a completion if you can get a pass interference call, and they've been able to do that a little bit outside on the one-on-one coverage so far tonight.
Yeah, never a bad call on 3rd and long to throw it up and see what happens. That's exactly what they did. Flags flew from multiple directions there, from the side, from the back, from the front. So referees definitely agreed on that call down the field, even though the Trojan defenders did not, throwing their hands up. It looked like the receiver was trailing more to the inside, and that ball went outside, but flags were already flying, I think, before that ball had even hit the ground.
So it'll be a first down at the Trojan 16-yard line. Norman is threatening. Deepest penetration of the game for them. Handoff Johnson. And finds an opening. Drives down to the 10-yard line before he is pushed back by Cash Jacobson. A gain of 6.
Again, Johnson, a big, powerful back, does a nice job on the first down right there. Jacobson is able to use his muscle to drive him to the ground, but not after a good pickup on first down for the Tigers.
$60 yards rushing for Johnson, who gets the call, or no, they fake. Phoenix Murphy into the end zone. Touchdown, Norman.
Yeah, just kind of lulling that defense to sleep a little bit, you know, running Johnson. Johnson, got to be mindful of him, showing the run fake to Johnson. Probably a read there, reading the end player on the line of scrimmage. He steps down to go to the dive on Johnson, and then quarterback pulls the ball, goes around the end, goes into the end zone.
Well, it's one thing, guys, to read the play and to execute that well. That was flawless from Phoenix Murphy because of the way he hid that ball right in the gut of his running back and then was able to pull it out. You cannot fake the handoff any better than that.
Extra point is no good by Ian McKee, and so I'm not so sure you shouldn't have gone for 2. We'll talk about that when we return with 3:50 to go third quarter. It's Jenks 24, Norman 6. You're listening to Trojan Football on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Your roofing needs. A-Plus Roofing.
Yeah, you can do an ID. After Jenks recovered a fumble, couldn't do anything with it, 3 and out, and a pass interference penalty against Jenks helps Norman drive 38 yards in 4 plays and get a 10-yard TD run from their quarterback, Phoenix Murphy, and made a game of it, 24-6. I'm not so sure you don't go for 2 because you got 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions is 24 points, but they went for 1 and it cost them. They missed it. Here's the kickoff and the return up to the 31-yard line by Malachi Dillard.
Well, I think the Norman Tigers are glad they had a drive that ended in the end zone, and I guarantee you Coach Adam Gaylor and his staff were not very pleased that there was a drive that ended in the end zone. They really did do a nice job of just driving down the field. Rob said it was 3rd and long, had a one-on-one shot that ended up getting the first down from a interference call, and gave them new life down there at the goal line. So that defensive coaching staff will be a little bit displeased with that.
Owen Jones hands off to KD's back in, wiggling his way through traffic. What a move. Somehow he escaped and gets up to the 45-yard line.
You know, Rob, one of the things I love to see with KD, he has a great stiff arm. He has used that so effectively. He puts the ball in his outside hand, stiff arms the inside defender, and still is able to secure the ball as he's being tackled.
Yeah, I think a lot of these defenders are waking up very quickly to what to expect when trying to tackle KD. It ain't easy.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Don. Well, I was just going to say something else we're seeing tonight that we haven't seen in a while is, just seeing a lot of Norman Tigers white jerseys on the ground from that offensive line. They're really driving them to the turf, and that's not something that we've been able to see for the last couple of weeks.
2nd down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Owen back to pass, throws, knocked away, incomplete. Nice defensive play by Kenneth Rosario, senior cornerback. Looking for Malachi Dillard, 13 carries, 59 yards for KD, and we've got a 3rd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, just a quick little hitch route right there, but not able to convert it, and so now it turns it into a 3rd and long situation.
Trips to the right. Cato has 5 catches tonight. Owen standing strong, throwing. Oh, he had Sam Stone down at the 35-yard line and overthrew him. And here comes the Trojan punting team on, and the defense is now going to have to try to withstand a Norman rally here with 2:51 left in the 3rd.
They bring the blitz. KD does a nice job of helping with protection, giving Owen a little bit more time. He goes to the right to the bench route to Sam Stone. You also had Cato, who was over here on the hash, feeling like he was wide open and all by himself. So tough we didn't connect on those opportunities there.
Back to receive the punt is Crew Knowles. Much better kick this time, and Crew will have to retreat. Fair catch called for it, taken at the 17-yard line. 38-yard kick for Dillard.
Well, it's tough, guys, because you had so much offensive momentum heading into halftime, and so far in the third quarter, DK, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's 3 consecutive 3-and-outs for that Trojan offense, unable to get a first down so far here in the third quarter, even a half that you started with the football, and this defense has been on the field for a long time here in this third quarter, and they're back out there now.
Yeah, it was well, they did get a 14-yard run by KD to be more exact, but you're correct.
Okay,
it was,
I missed that one. Thank you.
I mean, we're nitpicking here. You're right. Basically, it's been 3 3-and-outs. That one was a 4-and-out. First down from the Norman 18-yard line, and Johnson finds an opening.
Well, you got to say these Tigers did not come out the second half just feeling sorry for themselves, licking their wounds, and ready to get back on the bus to head towards I-35. So they came out ready to play the second half, and so far they have been outperforming the Trojans in the second half.
Sure have. Gain of 6 on the last play. Another running play. This is going to be stopped a yard short, up at the 27-yard line.
Wiltshire gets great penetration that time along with Luke McAnally to keep him from being able to get his motor running all the way, get to that line to gain for the first down, but brings up another 3rd and short, and they've been pretty effective on these.
Yes, they have. They got stopped once on 4th down and short, and the Trojans marched it right down the field after that to take the early 7-0 lead, now 24-6. Here's the quarterback, and he slides past the marker for a first down.
Interesting call right there, Rob. It's 3rd and 1, and the quarterback's dropping back to pass, so you have to figure if it's incomplete, he's going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, but I think it shows a lot of confidence in your quarterback, and Phoenix Murphy has shown what he can do with his legs and recognizes as soon as there's a gap, as there's a lane, he's going to take that opportunity. Doesn't need much and got plenty for the first.
15 carries for 84 yards for Murphy. And Phoenix connects with his brother Ryder up to the 39-yard line. That's good for 9.
Got to give it up for DJ Carter, a guy that has not had a lot of playing time, but he's coming in for Shockley tonight, and there's some guys that are hurt at corner, and so DJ has done a nice job, makes a one-on-one tackle out there in space after the catch.
2nd and 1 at the 39. Sweep to Knowles. Oh, the ball pops loose, and somebody for the Trojans has it. How about that? Luke McAnally comes away with it.
Oh,
and
man.
He hurls the ball into the air, and another penalty against the Trojans.
Well, great play by the defense. Great play by the defense. I don't know. The high school kid's excited. He throws the ball up in the air.
Yeah, it was Sam Stone, guys, who was able to separate Crew Knowles from the football. And that one went way up and just right into the waiting arms of McAnally, who couldn't believe his good luck. Got so excited he went reverse spike there. Threw it up instead of down.
So that moves it back to the 37-yard line where it's 1st and 10. For Owen Jones, this offense got to get Jen in here. KD looks for an opening. Crosses the 40 and a gain of 4 up to the 41-yard line.
I know Coach Fox's magic number is 3. He always likes to say he wants to see at least 3 turnovers from that Trojan defense. Well, they've hit the magic number now.
Yes, they have.
I said 3 and a score, though, tonight. I was a little bit picky on homecoming, so we still want to get that defense in the end zone. I know Coach Gaylor, that's what he wants.
They always want 4 downs at least, or 4 yards at least on first down. They feel that's right in their wheelhouse, and it shows here as KD moves the sticks as he drives up for 9 yards.
I like this drive. I like the way KD is running the ball here the last few times he's had it. He did get hit pretty hard and went off, but since that time he's come back, and they're not moving quite as fast. They're going to lose the quarter here.
So after 3 quarters of play, we head to the 4th, a fast-moving game at ATS Homecoming 2024. It is the Trojans 24, Norman 6. Thanks for joining us on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. we care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further. For our customers, our employees, and our tribe, we march forward together in the pursuit of excellence. Because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Scrimmage, so just very effective at picking up that first down.
He got to go see the Georgia-Alabama game last weekend. Alabama looking at him. Everybody in the country is looking at Caden Jones, the son of Kewan Jones, former Jenks All-State running back in 99 and 2000.
Gain of 3 on the play. Second down.
Gain of 3, second down and 7 from the Norman 37. Jenks up 24-6. Katie busts it for another first down. Still on his feet. Out to the 20, to the 15 and out of bounds. Gain of 23.
Rob, what button is that on your PlayStation?
I think it's all the buttons. I think you do a certain combination and there's a cheat code. That's what Katie Jones is. He's a human cheat code, guys. So many times tonight. We say this game after game. You think that the guy is going down, and then all of a sudden he emerges out the other side of the pile and tacks on another 15.
So over 100 yards rushing tonight, 108. And he hammers his way inside the 10 to the 9.
And on that last play, you got to give it up for Domek and Cato, who have not given up on their blocks. They're still hustling downfield, and as soon as KD has some room, they're able to go ahead and continue to push into that secondary, give him some extra yards.
2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here he gets stood up, dropped back. So probably no gain on that play, as we have just under 9.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Jenks up 24-6.
Aiden Jordan going to come in and give KD a little bit of a break, but it looks like we got a timeout for an injured Trojan on the field.
That's Riley Kester, I think. We'll take a break with 9:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Jenks 24, Norman 6. This is the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Scott West and Troy Tabor checking in tonight. Thanks to them and all they do for Bridges Foundation here in Jenks. Looking forward to working with them in February on a bingo night. Chris Bailey's our referee. He says we're ready to go. So away we go. Third down, about 5. Owen Jones, there was nobody to hand it off to. He weaves his way down near the first down marker. Nice play.
Little razzle-dazzle. They went Wildcat with KD right there. They slid Owen over and direct snap to KD. And
thank you.
Actually, it was Owen wasn't in there. It was Aiden Jordan. And so he kind of fakes it with Aiden and then comes back with a little Wildcat counter to the left.
Gain of 8, fourth down and about a foot at the Norman 9-yard line. Or 4-yard line. They're going to go for it. KD out of there, or Owen Jones to KD. First down. Team says he's in for the end zone, but no signal yet. Now they say he's just short. First and goal.
Rob, how close are we?
Down on the previous play. He was cramping before that last timeout. Missed one play, but back in there now.
Riley Kester. He said he's been blowing people up at left tackle, left guard.
Yeah, they've got him out at left tackle now.
Left tackle. Jumbo package, first and goal from the 1. Katie already has 1 touchdown tonight. They hand it off, and he dances in for his second. Touchdown, Trojans.
Great job by that left side of the line of scrimmage. Opened up a big hole, but also, again, got to give it up to that wide receiver block. And Domek, he's got a guy that's squatting on him, looking into the backfield, reading KD the whole way. And Nate uses his big physical frame to just shield him and drive him away. KD goes in untouched. Nice job. Nice way to finish off that drive by the offense.
Drive that started back in the third quarter after a forced fumble by Sam Stone and a fumble recovery by Cash Jacobson. Here's the extra point on its way to our right, and it is good. And so with 8:02 to go fourth quarter, the Trojans now up their lead to 31-6. Katie has 2 touchdowns tonight. Caleb Barnett getting some action tonight. 3 catches, over 100 yards receiving. 3 catches, 113, 2 touchdowns. Owen Jones, a very good first half, 1 for 5 in the third quarter, but on this drive, they didn't need to throw the football. And the Trojans again, after that turnover, had a penalty against him, and then they went 63 yards for the touchdown.
Been a great day around campus today, Don. Our student council and student body leadership advisors, Danielle Henry, Alex Struthers, Eric Olson, playing the homecoming assembly. Their team did a great job. Got to recognize the sophomore court was Olivia Baker, Luke McAnally, Lucy Talkington, Tice Cole, Macy Travis, Pierce Brand, Emma Undernear, and Ethan Smith. The juniors were Katie Borchers, Krishna Budriraju, Addie Gaylor, Jack Tiefenthaler, Charlie Keeley, Sahil Patel, Riley Sharp, Colby Niles, and we'll talk about the seniors in a little bit as well, along with our homecoming king and queen. And we talked about the king a lot tonight. He may be the king of Allen Trimble Stadium tonight before it's all over.
Nice to see Eddie Gaylor today. You just, this kick into the end zone, so Norman takes over 1st and 10 at the 20, and you just realize how much coaches miss when their kids grow up in the school system.
Well, I'll tell you, he was sitting up in the stands with the family. He was not down on the court with the rest of the staff, and he was enjoying a proud dad moment. I know he's proud of both of his kids and great family, and of course, you know, we've celebrated his wife's courageous battle and what they've done as a family, and so good to see Addie out there, and I know Coach Gaylor was soaking all that up today as well.
First down for Norman, 8:02 remaining. Handoff, is this quarterback's going to keep it, and down he goes at the line of scrimmage. I got a note here from Mason Prince's dad, Eddie. I mentioned Clara Stanley, the first homecoming queen in Jenks history, 1951, how she married into the Rosencutter family. They had 16 graduates in that family. He says, I called Lee and Randy Rosencutter, and the queen is in fact their relative. Lee said that Randy, graduate of 82, and Tate graduated 2015, were the first father-son on state championship teams at Jenks.
Wow.
Catch out to the 21-yard line. Got room to go. To the 40, there's Sam Stone getting the tackle. They'll mark it at the 39-yard line.
So our senior court today was Shield Mularira, Alicia Dalmiada, Asen Acebo, Annabelle Edwards, Mustafa Siddiqui, Marissa Williams, Ilias Tata, Chloe Graves, JoJo McCarthy, and Reagan Francie. Some great seniors, and we'll talk about our king and our queen here in just a minute.
Murphy gets the snap, batted in the air, and incomplete. I think it was Luke McAnally that batted in the air, and he was looking for it.
I'll tell you what, McAnally and Pangburn and Wiltshire and those guys, Cash Jacobson, have really had a big night tonight, putting a lot of pressure there. But the king, as we've said, was Sam Stone. You know, Sam did an interview. He's student body leadership. He's also the FCA president. And Aaron Benjamin, captain on the track team, and has helped the Lady Trojans win the state title last couple, and she's a state champion in her events as well. So congrats to both of those outstanding seniors.
2nd and 10. And that one's thrown away. Nice pressure by the Trojans. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Trojan football brought to you by Window World of Tulsa. See your whole new world out your window with Window World of Tulsa.
We got a flag behind the play, guys. It came from the back judge about 40 yards downfield, and early indication is some kind of hold against the defense, I believe.
Wow. I don't know that has Norman had a penalty in this game?
Well, I would never be one to criticize officiating, Rob, but I will say I'm in good company because Coach Gaylor doesn't seem to understand that call either.
They've had 2 penalties in the game. So, new set of downs. Pass out to Johnson. Tackled immediately.
Dorman's offensive unit there trying to slow down that surge by the defensive lineman. Their offensive lineman cut all the way across the board right there, using the chop block on the defensive lineman there to get their hands down, give that quarterback a little bit more room to throw and a window to throw there.
No gain on the play. Midway 4th quarter, 31-6 Trojans. Here's a pass. Up down to the 45-yard line. Brody Henderson knocks him out of bounds.
Tell you what, we really missed Brody in that Union game. He's really come back and done well, so it's good to see him out here contributing and doing big things. He's a big frame. He's worked hard in the summer. They really were proud of his progress and looking forward to a great rest of the season.
Trojan football also brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Team doctors, Dr. Hendricks, Dr. Shockley, Dr. Hawkins. Murphy in trouble and throws that one away on 3rd and 5.
They say he caught it. They
no
gave
way.
It to him.
Wow.
They
My
gave it to
apologies.
him. Oh, ye of little faith.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice little toe tapper there, guys. Textbook, know exactly where you are on the boundary and get those toes down.
He was really running for his life, so Just they came up with a big play there.
Gain of 13. Here's Johnson battering his way inside the 30.
Anthony Johnson on the carry.
Gain of 4 yards to the 29. 5:55 remaining.
This is something these defensive coaches have really tried to stress this week. They felt like at the end of the last couple games, these defensive units have been worn down, especially ground down last week by Bixby. And so just encourage them to finish the game physically and not get worn out here.
Murphy has all day. Throws this one. Tried to spot it in there, and McAnally is all over Ryder Murphy. Incomplete.
Jack McAnally is trailing that all the way and does a nice job of coming as soon as the receiver gets his hands on it to make a play and get his hands off and take him to the ground. Just a good job by these defensive backs and these linebackers in their coverage so far tonight.
3rd down and 6 at the Jenks 29-yard line. Handoff Johnson trying to sweep around the right. He gets cut down by Samaj Stanford.
Tell you what, Samaj plays so big, and he hasn't got off to as fast a start this season as he ended with right there, but he's coming screaming from his safety position. He has Jace Hager out there helping him. Big 4th down here. Norman's going to go for it. They got nothing to lose. First thing you want to do is make sure you don't jump off sides, and then keep your eyes on that quarterback.
Pass. Airs it out. Gilliam on the coverage. Ryder, I think he caught it. He did. Touchdown Norman as a flag goes down.
Yeah, they were going to call pass interference if he didn't catch it, but that's what they feel like they can live on is some of those plays and just one-on-one coverage locked in, and brother finds brother for the end zone. So now they're going to go for 2 here, Don.
They should have done that earlier, but that's okay. 4-0 team. Best start since 2019, I think it is. For Norman. Running play for Knowles all the way. Oh, he gets cut down. What a play by Samaj Stanford. That was textbook.
Tell you what, Knowles looked like he really had at least the momentum of the edge. He's going to lower his shoulder, and Samaj just comes and takes his legs out and drops him right there. Good stand. Just does a tremendous job as Dillard is coming up and pursuing. Samaj comes screaming up there and just takes his legs out at the thigh, and great job.
4:52 to go 4th quarter. We'll take a break. It's Jenks 31, Norman 12. This is Jenks Football on the Jenks Trojan Audio Network and Trojan TV.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise. No matter the challenge.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Rob Labor on the sidelines, Mason Prince producing on Trojan TV, Dr. Eric Fox to my right. I'm Don King. Thanks for joining us on the News on 6 app, AM 1170, as well as 106.9 FM HD2, JinxTrojanFootball.com. We'll run down some of the other scores again in this district. Norman, Deer Creek, Bigsby, and Moore all winning district openers last week. Daily Oklahoman said this would be a 28-21 Jenks win. Right now, Jenks up 31-12. And the Massey ratings, something I try to go to every once in a while, even though there are no lines in high school football. They had Jenks by 26.5. Pretty darn close as it stands right now. Oh, that one bobbled, and a nice job by the Trojans. Malachi Dillard couldn't hang on to it. He just pushed it out of bounds.
Henry Mullins kick.
Again, showing us improvement on special teams. Again, Norman giving it a little different look there on the onside kick. Does a nice job. The front line does a nice job of protecting Dillard, at least giving him enough time to try to field that, and it goes out of bounds, and so the Trojans will take over. Rob Labor had a lot of visuals that his communication department could take pictures of with the homecoming parade. Had 2,000 Trojans participating in the parade today, Rob.
Another great event, another great parade, possibly organized by one Dr. Eric Fox, so kudos to you and your team for putting that all together. I know that is not easy. That is not a light lift.
No, it is not. And it was, even though it got off to a little bit of a late start, it's okay. It was good crowd.
Yeah, and what you really love, it's always one of my favorite days, guys. You just love to see the community turn out the way they do. I mean, lining the street for blocks and blocks to not only support, the high school clubs and activities, not only homecoming, but the younger generation of Trojans as well, to let them have their day in the sun and have their moment. I know it's a lot of fun and super memorable for them as well. So just providing a lot of special moments for kids and for families, and that's what this Jenks Trojan community is all about. It was a great representation of it on A Street earlier tonight.
Sure was.
Hayden Jordan having a nice carry right there. There was even a Labor football player on a float. I noticed that, Rob.
And a cheerleader too. So, yeah, 2 out of the 3 actually riding, which it's weird, guys. I mean, it feels like yesterday I was pushing my firstborn in a stroller to the homecoming parade. Now I got 2 kids in there. It just says that I'm ancient is basically what that adds up to.
3rd and 1 from the 42-yard line. Owen Jones to Hayden Jordan again. Oh, he's got a hole. He's got a first down. He's up to the 47, 48-yard line, a gain of 6. 3 straight carries for the junior running back and a first down.
Nice job. And Rob, you gave me props, but it really wasn't me. Great team event from the Avid team. Sydney Rich, Jennifer Brown, Ronnie Sebo, Kirsten Meacham, Melissa Rumsey, Alan Thurman, Heather Riley, Dr. Ellen Vanoy did a tremendous job. And again, 2,000 different Trojans from more than 2,000, I'm sure. I didn't count each one. My mathematics is a little bit shaky at times. But from grades kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. So great community event. Appreciate the city of Jenks Police and emergency response and our district police that helps make that possible.
Jordan shut down in the backfield on this one. Well, we talked earlier about Norman having very good football players. We'll have a timeout here. We talked about their quarterbacks going back to Dean Blevins. I mean, you can go back way back into the 40s and 50s when Norman had some mythical championships back in those days, even 1906, 07, up to 1911. But once the OSSAA was founded, they have 2 state championships to their credit. One of them was 1992 when they beat the Trojans in the semifinals at OSU, the first time these 2 schools ever met. Well, they had some good players on that team. 14-8 was that final. Terrell Peters, who went on to play for OU and the Baltimore Ravens. He was a great 2-way player. Brian Self was the quarterback who went on to play at the Naval Academy. And they had a lineman named Dusty Lovelace who went on to play at OU as a nose guard. Trojans, during the 4th quarter, Tigers tried an ill-advised fake punt back in 92 during that semifinal, and Trojan cornerback Chris Opitz returned it 42 yards for a TD to make it 14-8. But the ensuing onside kick was recovered by Jenks at its own 47, but unable to convert the opportunity into points. And Jenks lost that one 8-14. That was my very first play-by-play radio game.
All right.
For the Trojans back in 1992. And I got a great Dusty Lovelace story, even though it's a Norman player. I got to get this in. After the loss of 4 on the last play, Here is Jordan weaving his way across midfield.
And they actually put KD back in there. KD does a nice job of hitting that gap up in the hole, and they're going to call a timeout. Norman's calling a timeout again.
Stops the clock with 2:38, so thank you. That allows me to get the story in about Dusty Lovelace. His first grade teacher was on the horn with Dusty Lovelace's mom. She goes, you've got to come down to the school quick. Your son hurt some of his classmates, a few pretty seriously.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal.
Doing, and she's like, what? She took Dusty to the side. What's going on? He said, I told everybody Barry Switzer's my dad in kindergarten. That's beautiful. Norman has had some great players, and George Kittle was one of them. Another one we saw was Cade Horton, the quarterback. In 2019, get this, he has the 5th highest amount of total yards for any quarterback against Jenks. He's the only quarterback against Jenks to run for over 200 yards in a game and pass for over 200 yards in a game. He threw for 205 at Norman and then ran for 219 in the 2019 game. So his 219 yards rushing is 8th against the Trojans all time. But he's the only quarterback, 5th highest amount total yards in a game, the only game to run for over 200 and pass for over 200 against the Trojans. He's now pitching in the Cubs system, was their first-round draft pick a couple of years ago.
Nice job right there on Owen, just delivering a hot route right there in the middle of the field. Cato having a big catch, had a big night tonight.
6 catches.
And I guess they gave him the first down. He just barely got in there. So Cato was calling first down for a long time. It just took the officials a little bit to catch up.
First down at the Norman 41-yard line. Jenks up 31-12 rather. Nice run by Jordan again. Backup running back. Again, Trey Mays, as Rob alluded to, is out with an ankle injury, and it will be some time before he comes back. And Aiden Jordan, who got a few carries last year, makes 6 here.
Yeah, making the most of his opportunity tonight. Showing some good shiftiness as he crosses the line of scrimmage and in space, and been able to make the most of those runs. So far from a perfect performance tonight. I don't think the Trojan coaches would say that, guys, but you've seen a lot of what you wanted to see the last couple weeks, which is some explosive plays from this offense, a little more consistency in the running game, and the usual dominating defensive performance.
And right here, a delayed handoff, and that was messed up from the start, so a loss of yardage. Here's some scores to pass along, brought to you by Arvest Bank. Again, $1 for every point Jenks scores tonight, donated to Trimble Strong Foundation by Arvest. Enid in the fourth quarter at home, upsetting Mustang 32-23. Bigsby winning at Moore 49-7. And let's see, there should be one other score to report in our district. Deer Creek all over Edmond North, 41-27 in the fourth quarter. Here are scores of the other district. Owasso at Union, no contest. Rams 48, Red Hawks 14. UConn was leading most of this game at Broken Arrow, but the Tigers have fought back and lead 35-28 in the fourth quarter. Trojans will be in Mustang next Friday night. That will be a 7 o'clock start. Owasso and Jenks are the only schools in 6A to start at 7:30. Everybody else starts at 7. So home games at 7:30, road games at 7.
Well, I was just going to say the people got to hear 2 interviews with Clay Martin today. So maybe next time Rob has him on, we can ask about that 7 or 7:30 start.
Sorry about that with Kelly Gordon. I don't know what happened. Something got mixed up on the interviews, but we'll hear from Kelly Gordon, I promise, next week.
She told me she's going to be listening for that tonight, so I apologize, Kelly. But she was out there in the parade route, so maybe gave her some time to get home, get cleaned up.
KD nowhere to go here on 3rd down and 10. And we're just over a minute left here in Homecoming 2024, 84th annual Homecoming here at Jenks.
And Norman's completely out of timeout, so no way for them to stop the clock here. The Trojans will let this one tick all the way down until about 1 second on the play clock, and then call their own timeout before probably punting this thing away, I would guess. But, you know, we talked in the pregame, guys, about the gauntlet this team has been through and starting the season 1-3, and you know, it's a what have you done for me lately business. It's a results-oriented business, and when you don't win, there's going to be doubts, there's going to be questions, and I think this coaching staff, these players understand that. I think what you've seen tonight, though, guys, is that as you move forward throughout the season, this can still be a special team, special players. I mean, you saw what Caleb Barnett was capable of. He flashed in a way that we haven't seen so far this year. I think Samaj Stanford has been really, really good tonight. I think Luke McAnally's played an excellent game. You know, I think Owen Jones has been solid and a coming out party for Jalen Cato. So there is some special talent on both sides of the ball, and maybe, just maybe, getting this W, getting their confidence back, ending this losing streak, you know, it will continue to build and it will continue to progress for this team, just like it has in recent history for the Trojans as the season has gone on. So reasons for optimism tonight, I guess, is the point.
Yeah, when you go back to 2019, the Trojans started 1-3, 3-game losing streak. In those 4 games, they'd scored 80 points. Through 4 games this year, we've scored 82. After that, in 2019, they went on to the state championship game and averaged 51 points a game to get into the state championship game. So there's a lot of football left, and you're exactly right. This team is certainly capable and has the talent to get there.
Definitely. Some of those achievements that Rob was talking about, especially with Owen Jones and those wide receivers, is testament to that offensive line play, giving Owen a lot better job of protection tonight. Still need to get better on consistency for the run game, but a lot better pass on the pass pro, giving Owen some chance to connect with his skill guys.
Here's the punt by Caleb Dillard, hits at the 17 and rolls inside the 5. Oh, and they punch it while standing on the goal line, but unfortunately it's going to be a touchback. DJ Carter thought he was in bounds when he punched it, but it looks as we'll take a look here. Yeah, his hand was on the field, but his body was across the goal line.
I don't know, Rob Labor. You saw the big Jumbotron. Great job for the replay crew from Trojan TV tonight. But, of course, you don't need to try to get it inside the 1 yard line. Just anything inside the 3 is great. But maybe that'll be a learning moment.
We'll just say inconsequential, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And we'll continue to give a little tire pump to the Trojan TV crew, because they have been fantastic tonight, and those replays have been on point all night long.
They sure have. Wyatt Shubin and his crew, thank you very much for your work tonight. So the only game still going on, at Enid, is the Plainsman 32, Mustang 23.
Correction, East Gillen on the coverage.
Good pressure there by Zach Fisher, making the quarterback heave it out of bounds.
Big win for Sepulpa at Bartlesville tonight, 35-28. And this is a catch out of bounds with 10 seconds left up at the 31-yard line. Ryder Murphy. That's his 5th catch of the night, I believe.
Yeah, he will continue to be a big-time target regardless of what Norman has at quarterback next year. Just a great athlete, great competitor, big frame. Guy's tough to cover.
Sam Stone needing 1 tackle to get to 300. This one off the fingertips of Ryder Murphy downfield at the 35. Incomplete, and another flag goes down. Players John with each other with 4 seconds left.
Yeah, just a little pushing match and speech and debate tournament happening over there on the far sidelines. And again, this is the time to keep your composure, finish things out. Doesn't cost you a critical moment in a ball game tonight, but you want to learn from these things and not put yourself in those situations. So now they'll be a lot closer as the quarterback has another chance to heave it downfield.
Inconsequential in a 31-12 win, but you don't want those things in a tight game like what we had against Union a couple of weeks ago. Tuesday night, we'll have the radio show with Coach Riggs here on 1170, 6:30 to 7. And after the 6 o'clock news on 6. Oh, tapped in the air and incomplete. Nice job by Jack Wiltshire to end the game. So this one becomes a final, and the Trojans are back on track after losing 3 in a row. On homecoming 2024, they dispose of the Norman Tigers and give them their first loss of the season. Both teams now 1-1 in district play as the Trojans win it 31-12. Stay tuned. The Classic Chevrolet postgame show is next, and we'll hear from the head coach, Keith Riggs. Also brought to you by Classic Chevrolet as we continue on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.